Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Righteous Command TV, the Trustman Black Africa. If I were to describe William Samoei Ruto's administration, I would say it is an escapist type of administration. It is dictatorial kind of government. I would also say is that it is a populist kind of government. And I have my reasons why I strongly believe that it is an escapist kind of administration. When you look at the way he has been addressing many issues, for sure you realize that he has been avoiding many issues. He doesn't address the issues as they are supposed to be addressed. In many cases, what you realize that once you give him the issue, what you do, he'll try to divert the attention. He'll try to come up with an issue, something that is not even relevant to what is being discussed. So, for instance, we have seen Raila Amolo Odinga and Azimio in general coming up with issues that if I were William Samoei Ruto, I would respond to them directly, one by one. But when you look at him, what you realize that he has been trying as much as possible to avoid these issues. And the first thing I would ask William Samoei Ruto, yes, we know that he's not the one who is in charge of IBC, but he can tell Wafula Chebukati, because he's the one who declared him to be the president of the Republic of Kenya, anaweza kumwambia wewe kwa sababu wewe ndiye ulikuwa chairman wa IBC, because you are the chief returning officer, national returning officer. Why don't you open the servers? But you see, William Samoei Ruto is not very keen on the servers to be opened. We know it is not his work to open the servers. But now, because he was declared the president, why doesn't he silence Raila Amolo Odinga, Martha Karua, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, and others once and for all, if for sure he believes that he won fairly and squarely? Because kwa sababu kweli useme ni kwamba kama alijua alishida, nafikiri ana ushawishi mkubwa, ushawishi ambao unaweza kumfanya Wafula Chebukati, although he's retired, but he can tell the IBC, the guys who are in charge now, he can tell them to publish the results, the servers, and let everybody see what actually transpired. And if he does this, I believe atakuwa amenaa mikono yake, atakuwa amenaa mikono yake. And but you see now, the fact, what people conclude is that the fact that he doesn't want the servers to be opened, it means that he did not win the elections. That's the only conclusion that people can make. The other thing that he has not responded, you know, he has been taxing right, center, everybody. Watu wamekuwa wakilipa kodi kana kwamba dunia inaisha. I don't think there's any other country in the world where people are paying taxes the way Kenyans are paying. And life has become very, very difficult in Kenya. And truth be told, I don't think many investors can come and invest in Kenya. But you realize that the propaganda machine of Kwanza, watakwambia ya kwamba wamemaliza kazi, watakwambia kwamba kuna wawekezaji wengi ambao wamekuja kuwekeza nchi ya Kenya. Si kweli. Hizi ni propaganda tu, lakini si kweli. And what he need to do, let him address this issue if he is serious, if he means well for this country. Kwa sababu kulingana naye anasema ya kwamba sababu ya kuchukua madeni ni kujaribu ati kulipa, kuchukua sababu ya kutoza watu kodi ati ni nchi iweze kujitegemea. But the other day, I think last week, the World Bank came out very clearly and told him in black and white that there's no way that increasing taxes, there's no way that taxing Kenyans is going to end poverty in this country. It can only increase the gap between the rich and the poor. Kuvo, let him come and respond, maybe even to what the World Bank said. Let him come and explain to the people, the Kenyans, the voters, because he's the chief executive officer, the CEO of the country. Let him come and tell the taxpayers kwamba mnalipa pesa hizi kwa sababu tunataka hivi na hivi. But you see, he has not also bothered to come and explain to Kenyans. Not even the CS for Treasury. Hakuna hata moja amejitokeza kusema kweli sivyo ilivyo kwamba hii kodi mnalipa, you are not overtaxed. Let him come, Let the government come and tell the people that for sure what Raila has been saying in Martha Karua and Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is nothing but hot air. Wakuje sasa watuambie ukweli kama kulingana na wao if Kenyans are not being overtaxed, because the issue is kila mtu anajua kwamba Kenya wametozwa kupita kiasi, na kuna watu wengine duniani ambao wanalipa ushuru kama ule Kenya wanalipa. In fact, there is nothing you can do without paying taxes in this country. Kila kitu kinalipiwa the taxes, and life is becoming very very unbearable, especially those of us who are in towns. Utapata kwamba kwa sababu ya gharama ya maisha kupanda, because of taxation, because I believe some of these things are happening because of the taxation issues. Na utaona kwamba serikali kwa sababu ya kupuuza wananchi, it is not even bothered to come and explain to the Kenyans, the voters who are the employer of this government, to come and tell the people hivi ndivyo tunataka kufanya na kodi. Again, now that you removed the subsidies and the people are complaining, the administration of Kenya Kwanza removed the subsidies in Uga, removed the subsidies of petroleum, that is petrol fuel product, electricity, education. Now, come now to the people and tell us now, Tagu, we removed the subsidies for fuel. We have saved this much, and we have been able to do this much. So nobody is bothering to come and explain to Kenyans. After all, kile ambacho tunaona ni kwamba ndio unaona watu wengi wakilia, ndio unaona watu wengi wakijua kwamba Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta alikuwa anajua vile ambavyo anafanya. Kwa hivyo mkiwa kule katika serikali ya Kenya Kwanza, utapata kuna mahali ambapo mnakosea, kwa sababu kama mmejitokeza mwambie watu ndio we stopped the subsidies. Yes, we stopped the subsidies for Uga, we saved this much, and now we have been able to do this. We have constructed these hospitals. We have been able to equip these hospitals. We have brought drugs in every hospital in the country. Lakini sivyo ambavyo mnafanya. Tell us now that you save the subsidies for fuel. Tumejenga shule hizi, madarasa magapi. Tumeajiri madaktari wagapi. But it is not happening. Now again, there's also this issue of nominating people from two tribes. You see now what is happening is that just as Raila Amolo Odinga put it and has always been saying that we have tribal dominance. That is an issue that need to be addressed. Yes, tribal dominance, whereby we will realize that the Kikuyus are the Kalenjins, are the domineering employees wherever you go, every office. Because I understand in some offices, unapata wale watu wanaongea pale ni chamge misi na atirere mwega. That's the language that is being used now there. The national language, even in offices, is being replaced by my mother language. They don't call it mother tongue language. I call it mother language because that is the language of the mother. And what we have now, like now we have the cabinet. Half of the cabinet is from two tribes. Half of the principal secretaries, that is 51 out of 51, more than half are from two tribes. Now, what is this now? I think he should come up again, wajitokeze kwa umma, kwa sababu unajua wa umma ndio unategemea kila kitu, na ndio watu ambao wanapewa hizi huduma. Waambiwe we cannot have other tribes as in the government as CS kwa sababu ya hii na hii. If there is any reason, whether biological or imaginary or psychological, let's be told the truth. And again, when you look at the ultimatums that were given by Azimio, when the way he responded, I did not like it. Personally, I did not like it. The way William Samoei Ruto responded. Kwa sababu kule ni kujitana kifua. You know, he's the head of state. He is the president, and he should provide leadership. Because all said and done, the buck stops with him. If this country fails, the buck stops with William Samoei Ruto. If Azimio is going to do what I think they are likely to do, because they are going to cause a lot of issues in this country. If Azimio is going to make this country ungovernable, I believe we are not going to blame Raila Amolo Odinga. We are not going to blame Martha Karua. We are not going to blame Kalonzo Musyoka. We are going to blame William Samoei Ruto. Why? Because he's the one with the instrument of power. He has all the chance to stop this country from sinking, but he's not doing enough. He has all the chance, he has all the time, he has all the instruments to bring people together as one nation. But you see, he is not utilizing time properly, and time is running out. That is the reality, because kile ambacho tunaona ni kwamba kadiri wakati unavyopita ndivyo ambavyo watu wanazidi kupadwa na mori, ndivyo ambavyo watu wanazidi kukasirika. Kadiri mapito ya wakati inavyozidi kupita ndivyo unaona gharama ya maisha inazidi kupada. Na and I believe whatever William Samoei Ruto is, I think he himself, hata yeye mwenyewe anajionea vile ambavyo mambo yanaenda. Like now, people are complaining so much about the high cost of living. But now, you cannot keep on giving people's promises. Promise after promise after promise. Like now, today there was a hashtag that was trending, and I think it was sponsored by the government, that tuliahidi, tumetimiza. Tuliahidi, tumetimiza. I don't know what is this that according to them, they have achieved. Because if you ask me, this government has not achieved anything other than appointing other than taking some issues that are self-preservation. Because what I have seen, the first 6 months in office is a way of trying to preserve, I would call it self-preservation, trying to form the government. Lakini ukiangalia utaona kwamba hakuna mambo mengi ambayo, hakuna jambo hata moja ambalo limefanyika tunaweza kusema ya kwamba ndio mwananchi wa kawaida amefaidika. Hakuna lolote ambalo limefanyika. Tumeona watu wengi wakilalamika. But you see, I have also said that when you look at most of these things that even Gachagua is saying, what he is saying that the country is like a limited company, whereby kila mtu you get dividends according to the number of shares that you have. You see, this is tantamount to telling Kenyans that you don't belong to this country. It is tantamount to actually telling the people you are not Kenyans. And you can imagine this kind of government now. These are the kind of people who are in office. These are the kind of people. And when he's saying this, and he is repeating it again and again and again, this is something that should not happen at all, at all, at all. And I believe William Samoei Ruto is not addressing the issues as they should be addressed. Kile ambacho tunaona he is an escapist president, somebody who tried to escape from the reality, somebody who anakwepa majukumu, anakwepa masuala nyeti, yale masuala ambayo yanafaa kuwa ndiye ambaye anayazungumzia, anayakwepa. In fact, anayakwepa kabisa. Na mfano mzuri kwa mfano ni yale ambayo Azimio wamekuwa wakiyazungumzia, because I believe he should handle these things one by one, point by point. Tell Kenyans it is like this. Tell Kenyans you are taxing them what is happening, because the country is actually in a very precarious situation. And all said and done, this country is ours. All said and done, we have a country that we call Kenya, our motherland. We have a country that we should take care of. Kwa sababu if we fail to take care of this country, I think we shall have a lot of explanation to tell to our children and our grandchildren. Because watatuuliza mlikuwa wapi when this country went to the dogs. Watatuuliza mlikuwa wapi when all these things happened. Kwa sababu ni jukumu letu, kila mmoja wetu, tusiwe tukasema ati huyu ni mwana Azimio, tukasema huyu ni mwana UDA. Kwa sababu what I have realized that watu wengi wa UDA na Kenya Kwanza, they feel that the country revolve around UDA. They feel that the universe revolve around UDA, which is wrong in my view. And what you need to do is that kwa sababu sasa ukiangalia utaona kwamba kule hata kuwa mnaambia watu mtapona lini, hamjapona sijui nini, there's nothing to hear from for its point in this channel. Hakuna kitu cha kuambia watu ati mtapona lini, kwa sababu if it is the issue, the price of uga, by the way, I strongly believe that the price of uga can only go higher. And I'm saying this because I interact with some mirrors, and the majority of them feel that sooner than later, Kenya will not be able to afford that good uga. That flour that you find in the supermarket, I think, ni heri ununue nyingi ujiweke kwa nyumba. Because I believe in the next 2 or 3 months, the price can only go higher. I don't know what William Samoei Ruto is going to tell Kenyans if this happens, but I believe people should now start cultivating their own maize, especially those who are in towns, kwa sababu maisha yanazidi kuwa magumu. Jamani, tukubaliane, hata kama ulichagua UDA, ukweli ni kwamba muhini na muhiniwa njia yao ni moja. This is Kashi's Command TV, the Torchman Black Africa. Kindly like this video and may you have a blessed day. Bye bye.